Young-looking guy with white hair and suit with slides on stands in the bathroom looking at the mirror. In reflection, not seeing himself, he asks out loud, "Who is that?" As the other one is looking totally different from the reflection with just the casual outfit on. Asking the reflection in the mirror what's his name. To his surprise, a reflection replies saying that he is Lee Hoyol. To which our protagonist with white hair introduces himself as Granfell Claudiarpius Romeo, the successor of a great clan in this world. While looking at the system window and his stats, he realizes what is going on, stating that he is completely fucked. As he slowly makes a tea in a pot for himself and drinks it, he remembers that it looks like he has become a character that he made 12 years ago, when he was in his second year of middle school. Exactly in the second year. Scrambling on the paper, we can see a huge guy in suit with similar hairstyle to our protagonist, while his younger self laughs in evil at his creation. Infulged in blue fire, he is happy that it's finally complete, as it is another precious version of himself. While his younger self is still evilly laughing, he realizes that this was character he made when he was at the height of puberty, blaming the entire situation on that game, called History of the Archana Continent, where dragons existed with beautiful scenery, cool character equipment, mounts and pets. It was one of the greatest virtual reality games in another world, with people flying on the dragons and having unique mounts, roaming the city with their cool equipment. Until the service for it was terminated, it was never topped by another game, making it a legendary game. The day service for Archana was terminated. A dark crack appeared on the sky like from a post-apocalyptic movies. In the news we hear that the CEO of production company Cosmo, creators of popular game History of the Archana Continent, has gone missing. Everyone surprised films this occasion in the news with the crack behind the broadcast. Suddenly ground shakes with all kinds of people present. With huge tower appearing from the ground, it was Archana that appeared within the real world. Breaks in reality appeared throughout the world from the cracks in the sky, from which monsters from the game started to invade the earth, killing and destroying anything in their path. In that moment, humanity thought that this was the end. Out of nowhere, a group of people appeared looking like they came from the game, started fighting of these monsters. Those were the people who assimilated with their in-game characters. That's when the players appeared. Not only could they use skills from the game, they were also able to defeat the monsters coming from cracks and save the world, which made players into heroes. Of course, our protagonist also fantasized about becoming a player. But then he realized that even if he awakened his powers, he wouldn't be that famous, as the cost of buying a virtual reality login machine was tens of millions of won, and even renting one would cost hundreds of thousands per month. He was in no situation to afford that. Our protagonist lived a quite difficult life, as all the home utensils were sealed as for the sale. We get to see father of our protagonist crying as he wanted for his son to be happy and be able to play as many games as he wanted, apologizing for being a bad father to his son, as his daughter is trying to calm him down that everything is okay. The reason for that was a collapse of his business. Daughter, trying to calm him down from crying, tells him that it's all right and that Hoyol understands this, with mother saying that she is the one at fault, and that others did nothing wrong. That's when our protagonist realized harsh truth of reality. He had no choice but to quit Archana early on. But if he knew what would happen, says that he would never have quit the game. Realizing that as he didn't play for even a full year, his level and stats are all shit. And even though he managed to awaken his power, to think that he would spawn his character he made 10 years ago during puberty was a wild thought. Rather surprised that the tea he made was good, was for him to calm down, as he thought he might go crazy. Granfell Claudiarpius Romeo, a character he made during a height of his puberty. It was character that he was heavily invested in, as we can see him sitting in luxury chair reading some kind of book and sipping on tea while a bird sits on his shoulder. Story of his character went as follows. Granfell had been the successor of a great family, but his family was massacred by a demon and he was left all alone. In order for him to get his revenge, he decided to become a demon hunter. It was pointless and cringy story he played with, and just another persona he thought that he possessed when in middle school, while being his dark past. Although it was a nice memory to laugh about when he was in middle school, now as a grown man, it's just an endless source of embarrassment. While he remembers those memories, his second ego inside him goes crazy for him to shut up. And as it is right now after assimilation, don't think he can go to work tomorrow because his character wasn't meant to be part of society. As the character looks really flashy, a manager would have so many questions about his appearance and state that it would drive him crazy, and might spill a drink into his face, thinking there is no way that he will go to work tomorrow as he would get sued after doing that. while his character says to himself out loud that nobles do not bow down in the face of adversity. He can't believe that everything he wants to say comes out differently. Wondering if this is how it feels to become a player and assimilate with your character. As for the most people, the difference wasn't that huge. Anyways, knowing that he can't work anywhere like this, his only option is to work as a player. But it being 10 years ago doesn't remember much from Archana. So he sits down and scrolls the internet for more information. Since he doesn't know anything about what it takes to be a player, he finds out that ranker players who clear high-level ruptures earn hundreds of millions. However, since it all dependent on risking their life in the battle, it's all pointless information overall if you can't return alive. Not only is the life more important than the money, it's the fact that he as Granfell Claudiarpius Romeo doesn't have need for mere material goods, as he tasted the ends of abundance in his story. For such he doesn't greed over money and values his life. As he is a demon hunter, decides to look for demon hunters do nowadays on the internet. After looking through the web, he realizes that there are just 2 pages about demon hunters, making him scared that demons hunters don't do anything. Surprised that if they exclude 2 wiki pages there is only news articles, nothing else. But he found something that completely shocks him. An article titled Akshan Base Has Fallen, saying that last night a demon hunter NPCs in the town of Akshan were killed, with Federation identifying 152 killed with 0 survivors. Protagonist remembers from his memories and left tumbled how that base could ever be destroyed. It was only town where one could become a demon hunter, making it their holy land. Protagonist realizes that it's not that nobody plays the role anymore, but because the role has basically been deleted by that. But of course demon hunters did nothing 10 years ago either, as they not only had low stats, their build path was awkward, with even their skills being weak, and them having it harder leveling up through hunting monsters. They were left doing quests. However, when it came to battling with demons, there was no comparison with other classes. That's how powerful they were. However, the demons only appeared in demon hunter quests, and most of those were famous for their requirements for the demon hunter to grind endless hours. A lot of people were hating on the class for being pointless. So whenever a group passed by a demon hunter, they thought to themselves, how could one play such a shitty role, in the end being considered a useless class. Protagonist realizes that he has a bigger problem on hands, as due to the fact that all NPCs giving quests and teaching skills are dead. Asking himself if there is no more information, he goes into a comment section. As he reads through the comments, one in particular sticks out. One person mentioning that demon hunters are specialized to defeat new demons added to this update. Protagonist, now knowing what update they meant, check for it on the internet. That in the new reality update there are demons amongst the monsters, stating that player casualties have increased drastically since the demon's strong buffs, and that even high-ranking players struggle. Protagonist puzzles himself with question as to why did no demon hunters appear to take care of them and demons appeared in reality. Realizing that this might his golden opportunity, as he might be a only demon hunter after the fall of Akshan. Asking himself if he should take a charge with even the 10-year setback. Thinking that there's no promise that the demons he knew are the same demons that are appearing right now, as 10 years is plenty of time for change. And as even the high-level players are struggling, what can he do? When in that moment his character speaks and tells him that he is weak. As he, the Granfell Claudiarpius Romeo, does not run away from mere demons, with that being his pride. No matter the temptations or taunts a demon may throw at him, why will fail to hurt the high pride of Granfell? Protagonist changes his mind after this short speech and decided to take on the challenge. Realizing that it was just a pointless thought, with no need to be hesitate about it, stands up from his chair, walks towards his apartment windows and looks out, where he sees that after a demon update there is much more casualties, with buildings and people destroyed and dead on the streets. Makes a short speech while correcting his cuffs that those demons should be honored, as he is going to make sure they return to hell. That's it for today. If you liked today's recap, subscribe and leave a like.